As someone working for a WFO or WEM vendor, one thing I'm really interested in, Shaunna, is now, what advice would you give to an organisation that's looking to buy a WEM solution? What would you expect them to look for from a vendor?
So I would look for, are they trustable? Having trust and rapport with your vendor is the most important thing. You need to make sure that you've got clear communications with each other. See the demo of it. Demos, you can see everything that it does, and you can ask questions as you go along, and it's a very open conversation. And I think it's always good to understand from the vendor as well where their roadmap's going. Is their roadmap going in the direction that you're going? And if not, have those open conversations and say, this is where you're going as a business. Do you think that this is going to support us? I think that's just so important to understand the future of where the vendor's going, not just the present.
Because this market's evolving so rapidly.
Yes.
I mean, a vendor doing one thing today could be doing something very different in a few years' time.
Yeah.
So good to know they're on the same path as you are. And I think on that demo point, I think it's really, really important to make sure that vendors demonstrating how they're going to align to that individual company's needs.
Yes.
Now, rather than having, here's our templated demo, it's now, what are your use cases? How are you going to use the platform? And then let's build that demo to show how we can fulfill that. I think that's really important. Yeah,
tailored demos are very good. You can even bring like your own data in there if you wanted to. But when we do sort of like demos, it's good to bring in like your rotations, what you could achieve. Obviously we discuss everything that's available, like scenarios. If you're currently right now working on fixed rotations, but in the future you want to explore, that's where you can have those conversations with Calabrio and find out if it's supported. So you want to go down the preference route, perfect, let's do some scenarios, because Calabrio does scenarios very well, and you can see how that would actually look and then trial it out. I think it's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, I think another thing that's really important is trying to make sure you choose a vendor that actually cares about your success.
Yes.
No, you're not just another number on a spreadsheet or on the financial document. You're a set of human beings and you're a company with needs, and you want to try and fulfill that needs and make sure that brand is doing as well as they can do with your technology.
Yes.
That support and driving forward, I think, is again really important.
Yeah, feedback from current clients is always a good thing to do. Speak to people that have that partnership already. How are they finding it? What type of support are they getting? The biggest thing that you want to do is make sure that business meets its needs and its goals in the future as well, and continuously support them in that. Not just give them the solution and leave them to it, because Calabrio is forever adapting. So you've got to keep up with it, and there's so many new features, so much on the roadmap, and you can influence that roadmap, which is I love that you can actually put your own ideas, and the development team will bring that to life.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's something that Calabrio is very proud of, is that idea centre where you can just submit your ideas and the other customers vote on them, and then we try to do our best to make sure we deliver all of those top ideas that have been voted for. So very much a customer-led product.
It definitely is, and I think that's why it's so successful.